Hey everybody, this is Josh from CollectionDX.com, and I have entered into a whole new world of brick building, for me anyways. I've traditionally only been somebody that's built bricks from like official sets that have been sort of vetted and well thought out in a way. But there's this whole different world of builds called MOCs, my original creations. And these are designs that LEGO fans have built, and they upload their instructions to various sites, and then you can build them with your own parts. So they're not under any license, they're not claiming to be official, they're not being officially part of a brand, but they're usually for like sets that maybe Lego didn't do or didn't want to do for some reason there isn't enough demand of. This kit is the Muunilist-10 Gunship, as seen in Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars cartoon in 2003. Basically, the Muunilist-10 was an elite group of clone commanders who had this awesome gunship that had like Rancor nose art, and it was just super cool looking. This is that gunship, and like I said, not sponsored by or authorized by Lego or Star Wars or anything. This is an MOC fan build. But here's where Webrick comes in. So Webrick partners with the designer to offer their MOCs for sale at a price much cheaper than it would cost you to build it out of proper Lego. So Webrick produces the bricks in China, or makes them available anyways. They partner with the designer. In this case, it's the LAAT as the designer. And basically, you can order the instructions and all of the parts picked for you and sent to you for a fraction of what it would cost to build this on your own with your own stock, or to buy things off of Bricklink or whatever it is. So they're not Lego parts, they're the not Lego parts from Webrick. It's 1,630 parts. It'll cost you $103, which is like a third of what all of these parts would cost. When you get this set, it comes in just in a bag. And inside that bag are many little bags, and they're numbered, but the numbers don't really mean anything. So one of the differences between building this and building like another kit would be that normally you open an instruction book and it says open bag 1, and then all your parts are there for bag 1. Not the case with these kits. You have to open all the parts, sort all the parts, and then go through the instructions. The instructions are emailed to you in a PDF, and they're usually generated out of a program like stud.io, which is like a Lego instruction program. The instructions for this kit were very good, but they're definitely not like Lego instructions in that there are sometimes pages that just show you where you are. There are sometimes there are pages for just putting one brick, but it's a PDF, so who cares? You just sort of click through it. And it was really well done. I did another kit that I'll review afterwards that the instructions were a nightmare. The kit was good, instructions bad. What else can I tell you about this? So they also sometimes will substitute parts in the instructions, and they'll tell you early on that we've substituted colors or whatever just due to the part availability, or sometimes the color is expensive. And in this case, for example, these sort of cylinder engine parts here, the model shows it in blue, but they've been replaced with gray for this one. And there are some other instances where there are some hinges that have some replaced colors. Again, not a big deal for me. I'm not a traditionalist. If you want to just track down those parts and do the right colors, you can do that too. You can do whatever you want because it's an MOC, right? And I will also say that because it's an MOC, you can do illegal techniques. And if you know anything about Lego, you know that there are authorized techniques and illegal techniques, things that you're just not supposed to do in a real Lego set, and things that when you buy a Lego set from Lego proper, you will never see these techniques used. But as an MOC, designers can just go crazy, do whatever they want, and do some fun stuff with it. And the result is you can do some interesting things, but also some things are like, Lego wouldn't have done it this way. And some things are really fragile. So this kit looks great, went together good, tough to handle. There are some really small connection points that and things that don't line up quite right that I think are due to just not being a properly sort of peer-reviewed and vetted kit. But was it fun to build? Absolutely. Does it look great? Absolutely. Is it way more affordable than the proper Lego kit? Absolutely. Also, what I'll say too is these kits, MOCs in general, never come with minifigures, never come with decals or anything like that. So you can, pull your own from other sets or make some custom decals if you want. right, so let's look at the kit, and we can go over some of the features. This is bound to explode every time I touch it, because that's just the way things go with me, but we will bear with it. So first things to pay attention to is that the cannons do move on the nose, but again, I'm always very careful with these. This cockpit does open, but this whole assembly does open here, and there is seats for 3 people. I think you can fit in there, 2 or 3 clone troopers. So that's kind of fun there. Like I said, these move. The wings don't really move. This cannon moves up and down a little bit, but again, it's a 1 stud connector, so it falls off. But display looks great. Touch it and it's going to explode. There are 2 doors on either side that open. Once I'm opening this, it's not going to go back together well, but I'm going to show you the thing. And you notice that these kind of don't line up super well, and it's because the technique here that they used is kind of sketchy. All right. But they used basically 1 stud hinges. So you can see how they just sort of attach with like 1 little panel and then 1 connector. But you get a nice inside, and you can see how they made this angle work by creating hinges, which I guess you could do stuff with. But these parts on the bottom here are not very well connected. You can kind of see them separating right there. There's only 2 studs holding them. So I'm going to attempt to put this back together, but I also wanted to show you one of the illegal techniques so you know what that is. This rod here in the back twists, so meaning that where it attaches here is at a different depth than here, and you're using this connection to bend between areas, which is a no-no in Lego building. But for MOCs, no one gives a crap. So and these doors will open, but to close them, you have to to get them to line up, you have to kind of close them at the same time and be very gentle. Oh, I'm so surprised that worked. I'm not going to go any further with it. But I mean, overall, it's a pretty fun kit. It was easy to put together and it looks great. There were like I said, there were some color substitutions, but nothing crazy. I think these balls were red in the original, and they're kind of brown. If you have those parts in red, use them. Same thing up here with the engines at the top. You know, both of these gray sort of cylinder engines were meant to be in blue, but they are in gray. And then the instruction says it's like we substituted these parts that'll differ from the actual model sheet, so please pay attention to that. I don't think I'm going to build a lot of MOCs because I don't like the whole I've got to sort out 1,600 bricks. I don't have the bins. I don't have the space. I like, here's your bag for this step, these steps, sort through the bag, and then move on to your next step. But I won't deny that this looks super cool. And it will look great on my shelf should it survive transportation from here to another shelf. But overall, it's cool. I like it. And again, this is from a company called Webrick, and it is the LAAT Muunilist-10 Gunship on their site. And if you look in the descriptions, we'll have the link where you could buy that. It came super quick. It came in a clear bag, so there's no packaging. There's no copyright infringement for the logos or anything like that. You know, this is definitely an inspired by sort of kit for fans by fans. You're really buying the bricks from Webrick, and they give you the instructions for free. For me, who doesn't do a lot of these MOC builds that other people have built, it was cool. But again, I don't know how much this is for me, and I think your mileage will vary on the kits. You know, maybe there are other kits that are just somewhat like a little more solid and playable. And I think that's what I'm learning as I go through these, is that I like play value. I like things that I can play with. This has been Josh at CollectionDX.com. Thank you for watching. We'll have another review by Webrick up shortly with a very different tone. And that's why I wanted to get this one out first, because I nearly threw the second one across the wall, but I didn't. And I saw it through, and it was a good build. But man, there were some points before I kind of understood what the whole thing was about and how it all worked, that I made a lot of demonetizing remarks. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.